Hello everyone and welcome to today's No FOMO Charts Crypto and Stocks TA Charts video. Today is July 8th, 2024, just after 7 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I am No FOMO Charts. I'm on YouTube, X, and TradingView. This is a swing trading and position trading and investing charts video and education video. Let's start off with crypto news and jump right into the charts. I'm only going to go over about 5 to 10 charts today. Crypto news. The German government owns over $2 billion of Bitcoin and potentially sold about $900 million of Bitcoin recently. They continue to transfer thousands of Bitcoins to exchanges and market makers to potentially sell. Mt. Gox crypto exchange has begun Bitcoin repayments back to their customers, up to $9 billion of Bitcoin going back to those victimized in the hack a long time ago. Potential sell-off. Van Eck and 21 Shares both file updated S1 registrations with the SEC for future Ethereum spot ETF approval. Great. Let's start off with total crypto market cap. We are currently in a downtrend in the total crypto market. And obviously the German government sell-off and potentially the Mt. Gox sell-off is the main two bearish catalysts that happened. We almost had a breakout attempt turn into an evening star reversal. We almost had a morning star reversal with the rejection due to more sell-off, potential 4-hour double bottom. Now, I want to make it clear to everybody, if I'm thinking about buying Bitcoin, I need to see one of three long-term daily trend changes in the price. So scenario one would be I need to see a double bottom, then I might buy. Or I need to see an upside down head and shoulders, then I might buy. Or I need to see a confirmed breakout that's not fake, turning into a daily uptrend reversal. So we've seen that happen 2 times in the past. We've had upside down head and shoulders in the past, which turned into a breakout. We've had a large upside down head and shoulders, which had a medium-sized breakout. We've had uptrend reversals. Okay, and then we've also had double bottoms in the past. So I need to see one of those 3 scenarios for me as a longer term swing trader, investor, or position trader, one of those 3 mindsets, time horizon, for me to get back in the market. Until that happens, I'm not going to really buy anything in large quantities because we lost this potential trend line, this trend line. The short-term trend line, we double topped on the weekly and currently in a downtrend. We're just testing this 382 support on total, which is 1.9 trillion. So I need to see one of those 3 scenarios. Until then, I'm basically hands-off on crypto for the most part. I am doing some small trades here and there, but I'm not, all in crypto right now. I actually sold all out back in April. Took my profit back there. So I've been shorting and trying to play this a little long right now. If you're a swing trader, day trader, and really looking for a setup, let's get into Bitcoin. So for Bitcoin, still in the downtrend, we're below the 200 EMA. Okay, that's basically bad. And the exact same thing I said about total matters here is that we're in the downtrend. I need to see W or upside down head and shoulders or uptrend breakout reversal. That's not happening yet. Sell-off could continue for months, right? And it's just turning into a broadening wedge formation. Let's bring up Fibonacci. We're still below that 236 level. So we're below resistance right now on Bitcoin. The only good thing that I can say for people is if you're a 4-hour, 1-hour, it's both death crossed. Bears are in full control right now. 1 hour death crossed. 4-hour death crossed. 1 hour is also death crossed. Okay. So just be aware. These might be little tradable bounces on the way down, but if we know there could be up to $10 billion of Bitcoin that might sell off in the next couple of months, then want to be a lot more patient than that. So my upside target, if we happen to break out of this yellow trend line here in the blue, if we happen to break out, we need to break out above 60,000 and hold that and then break to 65. And then people are going to get really confident to go back to 70. If we just have a Little fake out here, reject below 58,000. I'm expecting more downside down to 50 if it's possible. Pull up a pivot, that's the next pivot point. Next Fibonacci and pivot point down is 43. Next level down 36. As a crypto investor, I want the absolute lowest price of Bitcoin I could get my hands on, right? That's the whole point. Buy support, buy low price. But I never want to catch a falling knife like this. Sometimes you get fake outs. So I'm just being a little bit more conservative on Bitcoin, which is okay. Patience is the key when you have sell-offs. Sometimes the best thing to do is do nothing, meaning don't buy anything. If you're an investor, just wait. The only thing I could say good about Ethereum is that we're testing the support level that I just drew above 2,800. Horizontal support makes more sense, right? So between these two green lines, we can actually draw a parallel channel as well. So you could visually see that as well. So as long as we hold Ethereum above 2,800, which is the previous level of support, we could bounce in the bullish scenario back up to 3,300, target 3,900 if it gets really bullish. That could take 1 to 2 months. Now, if the sell-off continues, German government and Mt. Gox and everyone sells off for 3 months straight, then we're going to lose this channel. The big move can be 15 to 30% to the downside. We could go back down to $2,000. This should not be green, by the way. It should just be gray color. All right, so we want to watch out for that, the 15 to 30% target in either direction. Closely watching that. You can see it. It's happened before, but now we have so much sell-off news. We want to be a little bit more careful about that. Binance coin hitting its 200 EMA and testing that right now. I'll speed up here. The resistance spot is about 550, support 450. We lose 450, more sell-off incoming, possibly. We have this Fibonacci from low to high. And we tested the 50% and just bounced off that 618. And this trend line down here, X marks a spot, $400 Binance target for the bears. Solana testing. This is a maybe for me. Solana is a little bit more bullish than the others, but just beware of potential Bitcoin sell-off, which affects all altcoins. Is that we might have a double bottom on Solana in the good case. Okay, so potential double bottom here. If that happens to work out, great. The target's probably 170 up here. You can actually measure it. 20% from a breakout to about 175. Now, just in case this doesn't go up, we can also see that there's a short-term descending triangle pattern that's also setting up. So I always want to have the reverse setup in my mind in case I need to go short something. So just understand this right here, plus or minus 20%. Downside target is 107. And if you use Fibonacci to get the low to high, I mean, that is the 50% retrace I marked. 77 is the 618. So we'll see what happens there. All right, that does it for crypto. Try to go shorter this video. Thanks for watching. And if you like this video and of the crypto segment, go ahead and hit that like button, click subscribe for more chart content in the future. I'm going to switch over to stocks. Welcome everybody to the stock segment. It's July 8th in the nighttime here in USA. Let's start off with stock earnings releases that's going to come out this week. We're starting stock earnings season on Friday and this week as well. We're starting with Delta Airlines, Pepsi, Conagra, Progressive, JP Morgan Chase, Citigroup, Wells Fargo, BNY Mellon, and Fastenal. It's big bank season starting off this Friday. Fed Chair Powell is going to testify before the Senate Banking Committee this week for 2 days, I believe Tuesday and Wednesday. So that's going to have some effect on volatility and mentality about interest rates, 30-year, 10-year bond auction, CPI and core PPI data. That's inflation data, consumer sentiment later this week. For news, stock market earnings season begins. The June jobs report, U.S. economy added more jobs than expected. However, unemployment rate rose to 4.1%. That's the highest in almost 3 years. So then, based upon that data, some economists are now potentially expecting a September interest rate cut at the earliest. Microsoft is going to start offering Apple devices to employees in China, citing lack of Android demand. And support. Boeing agrees to plead guilty to fraud in their 737 MAX crashes, unfortunately. Airlines, despite strong travel demand, higher payroll and expenses, that's affecting their profits. And real estate, some office vacancies are still increasing due to mass layoffs and hybrid work style. Let's go to SPY. Just going to do about 5 charts here. SPY. Now, to clearly point out the difference, I was talking to some colleagues over the weekend, and let's flip between the stock market and the crypto market, everything off. So I want to make it extremely clear to people. Stock market for the past couple months, uptrend. Crypto market, downtrend for the last 2 months. Okay, so where's the money flowing out of? Money was flowing out of crypto. There's a sell-off. And where were we going? The traders, investors were going back into stocks for the past 2 months. That might change with this earnings season, but need to make that very clear. The money flow, where's it going? Okay. SPY, still in the uptrend. We had a nice bounce off of 544. Still in the uptrend here. We draw trend lines, bounced off that support level and approaching the resistance trend line. Immediate resistance 556, support level is about 550. So the only bad thing that's happening that I'm seeing right now is we're getting a little overbought in the RSI here on SPY. We could be getting a pullback if earnings are bad for the next week because momentum's already fading, double top on RSI. All we need are bad earnings, and that's the bearish catalyst for a sell-off. So just watch out for that. It's not going to be the probably top of the market. It could be a correction spot because in the weekly, we also have double overbought on the RSI. We have bearish divergence on the RSI, so we could pull back anywhere if earnings are bad, 2 to 4% in the market. Just watch out for that. Nasdaq on the weekly, there is no real sell-off signal yet. I'm not seeing shooting star. I'm not seeing evening star. I'm not seeing double top. I'm not seeing anything major. The only problem is we are approaching that overbought range with the double top in the MACD histogram, but the price has not reflected that yet. So we're still okay for now. That could change in 1 or 2 weeks for this month. So our support level, we're bouncing off of support. In the trend, we're uptrending right now, approaching a resistance level. This is mainly fueled by just a few tech companies, especially Tesla. So the resistance on QQQ is 500, immediate support 491. A breakout of either of those will help us with the direction. Keep in mind, though, that if it's going to crash, I want to see something like a triple candle pattern, something a little bit more than just one candle. Dow Jones. Dow Jones is a little bit trickier in terms of the consolidation. It's not really going up as high as we want. This is not an ascending triangle, in my opinion, because I want to lock in the close of the price, turning into more of a wedge consolidation. So Dow Jones, not really going up as high as the other two indexes. Resistance at 394, support at 391, and it's basically symmetrical triangle in the blue. That's what basically it's doing right now. It's at the top side. Now on the daily, there was that momentum. However, it's not in the overbought range, and the weekly is not overbought either, but I am starting to see it go sideways. That's bad. I don't like to see that type of consolidation. I need to see strong uptrend, or is it going to be strong downtrend? Sideways is not good, but it's because we're hesitating right before earnings. So just be aware of those two potential setups. So again, 395 is resistance, 390 support. A break of either of those will show us the direction. Last 2 charts here, last 3 charts. IWM, we're still in the golden up cross. However, it's turning into a symmetrical triangle, so it could go either way. Anywhere between 5 to 10% is the target. So 5% upside target would be about 213. 5% downside target would be about 191. Now, in terms of the weekly chart, it is still symmetrical triangle, but with the MACD is down cross. There's nothing extreme. So Dow Jones and Russell 2000 both are a bit more neutral. The RSI is in the 50 range. So you're going to see how that plays out. The immediate support 197, immediate resistance 204. Next, DXY, dollar currency index. In the golden upcross uptrend, we can see that price holding that support. And again, another type of symmetrical triangle longer term. The angle is a little bit different, but in the short term, about 2 to 4% from a potential breakout spot. 2% from now would take us to 107.24. 2% from the downside would take us to about 102.77. So I like that this is at support. Maybe we'll get a bounce up to 106 in the immediate short term with the pullback in the stock market. Weekly is also confirming a potential start of that. Now, maybe the only stock I'll talk about, and we'll end here, is Tesla, because we had such an amazing run on Tesla. And if you remember my stream from a couple of weeks ago where I was watching this, and I remember I told people that I know, and hopefully I said on the stream, that if we break above 185, we might get a bullish breakout, and saying that this was turning into a symmetrical triangle, and the upside target would have been 13% to the upside, first target 200, second target 26, 223. We actually went 3 times the target. So now what's going on here? This was also triggered by short squeeze. Also, they had good news about deliveries. So it was not only a technical setup, but it was also a fundamental setup as well. The weekly, we're starting off right now. So this week is going to be very critical for Tesla in terms of the direction and the trend, because we're above the weekly pivot point. Is this going to be a shooting star, doji, shooting star, evening star pattern to pull back? That's what I'm watching for. I might open a put option or short Tesla, depending on the situation, if we start crashing, because we're extremely overbought on the, not extreme, but it's 84. It's pretty high on the daily chart. 4 hours still up cross, overbought, losing a little bit of momentum, but I need to see some confirmation because it could just be an hourly support. So I need to see maybe 1 or 2 more days. If we just have one big day of red, I might open up my put option just to maybe target 225, just easy short-term put option or a short. But the safer thing to do is wait for a bigger type of confirmation, because we are still in the uptrend right now. So the ultimate safe play on Tesla is wait for it to down cross again or bad earnings and then short it down. So I might do that. We have some time before the earnings on July 23rd. It's like 3 weeks from now. So basically, just to give up one of my potential setups that I'm looking for is just loss of momentum, a reversal on the RSI, a reversal on the price, like a strong downtrend, losing the EMAs, which is probably not going to happen for a while. But if we happen to down cross in the future, if earnings are bad, I might short or put option this. Until then, it's just going to hold up here. People love Tesla. Traders love Tesla. It's so tradable that, it needs to hold above certain price level before people are going to start panic selling. So, or we need bearish news happening here. So, it's still in the uptrend. High, low, high, low, high. Just looking for the next higher low. Could be about 236 if you're a bull, and then try to play that. So I might play a very short-term short into a bullish reversal, and we'll see what happens going into earnings. All right, everybody. Thanks for watching this video. Still went a little long, but if you like this video, go ahead and click like, click subscribe. If you have requests, just let me know in the comments. Happy trading, and always remember chart setups and risk management. See you in the next video. Bye.